Hola from the west side, everybody. It's your girl, DCThePurpleDiva. On a Saturday night, coming at y'all. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I just decided to come on in and hang out with y'all for a little while before the night gets started. The night is young here in Southern California. So I just came out to say hi, let y'all know how we're doing with the fires in Southern California, and talk about Saturday night plans. So if you're in the chat, don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know you're here. Say hello. Don't be shy. Hey, Miss Latoya. You came to hang out with me, girl. How you doing? How's your babies? I hope they good. Yeah, I came to hang out for a minute before I head out for the evening. Oops. Yeah, I came to hang out for a minute. Let me turn down the volume on my phone. Before I head out for the evening, my son is gone until tomorrow. So I'm going to go to a pajama party tonight. Yeah, you're on time tonight, girl. You're on time. I tried to do it at a decent hour, especially since I don't plan on, being on more than like about an hour. I might come back on in the middle of the night. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I should have told you people don't put no guacamole on this burrito I got. Didn't say it had avocado on it, and I'm going to have to go take a Benadryl. Because I am allergic to avocado. I'm good, though, Latoya. I'm good. My son is gone, so I have cleaned up his room. And I've gotten my house cleaning done for the day. So I'm going to go out and hang out with some friends tonight and do some adult activities. I go to a party. It's a pajama party, though. So I'm going to wear some sort of pajamas. I don't really have pajamas, so I don't really wear them, rather. But I do have a few pairs. I can't eat avocado. It makes me break out in hives. And I ordered this from this place that I like. And it didn't say it had avocado on it, but I should have known. Because it's Mexican food and they put avocado on everything. But I swear I didn't pay for the avocado, so shame on you for putting it on my food, because I'm just going to scrape it off. I can't eat it. Yeah, the party's supposed to be fun. They're going to be playing music from the 70s and 80s. Oh, I know why this doesn't taste like it's supposed to. Because they didn't give me the right burrito. That's okay. I don't feel like sending it back. Yeah, they gave me somebody else's order. Next time I'll just pick it up instead of having it delivered. This always happens when I get it delivered from there. Yeah, the music will be great. The music's going to be great. And I might vlog a little bit tonight. I don't know. Because it's going to be really dark in that place. So, I don't know. Yeah, they definitely didn't give me the right order because I ordered soup. Anyway, I'll tell you. I'll put the rest of this away for my son, and I'll eat my chips and be bad. Eat the bad food. I was trying to be good. I was trying to be good, Latoya. But that's okay. I'm gonna sit here and eat my my potato chips that I shouldn't be eating. And that means that when I go out to this party tonight, we'll have this bomb fried chicken. I'm having me some. They used to have fries, but now they're trying to be healthy. So now they have a salad. So I'm going to have some bomb chicken. Yep, they're going to have all the good stuff. They might do some karaoke too. I'm not sure. Because they do karaoke at this place on Saturday night. So they probably are going to have karaoke too. And if they have karaoke, I'm feeling in the mood. I might do some Vanity 6. Yep. Do some of the Minneapolis sound. And get a couple of the girls to get up there with me. Have you been to our girls live? She's had a whole bunch of new people in there lately. We've been having to kick out trolls. Girl, just go do karaoke. Karaoke is the best way to get over your nerves. It really is, because everybody that sings karaoke is not a singer. There are singers that do karaoke, but everybody that does karaoke is not a singer. And if you know the song and you can sing it, it's all the more fun. Yep. It's fun. I'm gonna try to tape some of it tonight and get somebody maybe to videotape me up there singing. We'll see how it works for me, because I don't know. But I said I'm coming on for a little while tonight. Yeah, Latoya, I can sing. I do contests like in the summertime. I do karaoke contests in the summertime. I say Whitney Houston, that's my vocal range, because I sing a lot of her stuff. I'll sing some of Beyonce's stuff too. I'll sing Alicia Keys. I can sing, a lot of different artists. I try to sing Mary J. Blige, but I can't really sing her that much. I don't have the right kind of voice for her songs. But I can sing like Tina Marie. I can do Tina Marie. Like Out on a Limb, I can sing that. And it's on karaoke. It's long, but I can do it. So that's when you get back into the like 70s and 80s, yeah, I can sing like Natalie Cole, all her stuff too. Yeah, somewhere on YouTube, Toya, there is a video of me singing. It's somewhere on YouTube from like 9 years ago. And Deacon Defense found it. So I know it's still out there. Yes, I love Toni Braxton. But I don't have the right, my voice isn't deep enough to really sing her stuff. made you pop up. Speaking of the fence, I made you pop up. I was talking about the video of me singing karaoke that's out on YouTube. That's what I was talking about. But tonight, I'm going to a pajama party, and they're going to have karaoke there. And I was saying that I was going to try to see if I can get somebody to video me singing karaoke, and that I would put it in a YouTube vlog. I was singing a rock song by this group called Evanescence. It was called Bring Me to Life. That's what I was singing, a rock song. And I actually didn't have my hair in braids in that, because I was wearing my hair flat iron. I'm taking you with me. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so, Deacon. I'm going into the hood. The hoodie hood. Tonight. So you know them, yeah. You know them, Toya, yeah. That's what I sang. That's what I did this summer. I did a karaoke contest, and I was doing rock. And that's who I sang, Evanescence. But I think I should have sung the song I sang to get to the finals in the finals. I should have sung Bring Me to Life in the finals. I sung another song by them. I don't think I sung Lithium. I sung another song. I can't remember what song it was, though. Oh, Nirvana. Yeah, I like rock. I like everything. I like all kinds of music. My son likes oldies. He likes oldies like the kind of oldies that are on the Art LeBeau show. That's what he likes to listen to. And then he likes rock. He likes rap, but likes old school rap. The rock he likes like the heavy metal rock. I'm not feeling it, but that's what he likes. Yep, DOD. I'm trying to plow through to get to that golden number. I'm trying to do it by the end of this week coming up. I'm gonna be grinding so I can get to my 1K. I'm grinding. I am gonna be grinding. People are gonna be sick of seeing me in their live streams. But just doing what I got to do. And so I just went ahead and came on, because I know it's a lot of people on right now, but I have to do what I got to do. DOD, you know you're a light-skinned brother. That's what I was talking about. You know what happens to light-skinned brothers when they go into the hood? They hate y'all. They hate on y'all in the hood. That's what I was talking about. I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you. Just messing with you, but I see you've been doing a lot of growth streams. I've seen you've been doing those a lot. That's good. And I've come through and watch the replays of your stuff. So I'll be keeping up with everybody, even if y'all don't think I am. I do. I know tomorrow is your birthday. You're doing are you going to do a birthday live stream, or are you just doing your football live stream? Are you doing them? Yeah. Yeah, but you know way more people than I do. And I'm hoping as I get, bigger, people can come into my streams and grow, but yeah, I know your team beat my team. So, I already know. Thank you very much for reminding me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you reminding me of that fact. Really do. From the bottom of my heart. And then one of the people that I sub to, Skins fan all day, man, he was talking about that game. He was talking about it, yeah. He was so hurt. I was hurt too. But his channel is about the Redskins, so he had to address it. I felt for him. But good game, DLD. Y'all aren't cheaters like the Patriots. So, if you win a game fair and square, I give it to you. I give it to you. Because I've already seen that this season is a tragedy for the Redskins. So, if y'all can get over 500 and have a good season, good for y'all. I need to come on over. Or I could be a Ravens fan too, because they got purple too. But I'm not gonna give up on my hometown team. I'm gonna let it go. I must not have watched. I was watching part of it. So you were over on Skin fan all day. So you know who I'm talking about. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, he was hurt. Yep, he was so hurt. I felt for my brother. I really did. Because his channel name meant he was the one who was going to have a conversation about it. Were you over there gloating, or were you nice? Were you nice to him, DLD? Or did you go over there gloating? I mean, it was a good game. Yeah. I mean, he's fair with our team. And I'll give this to most of us Redskin fans are very fair. If we suck, we suck. We're going to say we suck. Okay? So when a team beats us fair and square, they beat us fair and square. Well, thank you for not gloating. I appreciate that. But I bet that was a good birthday present for you. For your team to win. See, I'm waiting for my team to be in the Super Bowl. Because then I'd have a chance of them playing on my birthday and getting a birthday wish for that. But they got to make it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I don't know when that's going to happen again. I mean, they done fired the coach, but, you know, it was a valid firing. But I'm going to tell you, Redskins organization, they are cold-blooded. They are cold-blooded when it comes to how they treat people. They are cold-blooded. That much I know for sure. And I know that because my I told you my nephew played 1 year for them, and then he played most of his career for the Chargers. And his 1 year playing for the Redskins, he played for the Redskins one of the years when Darryl Green was at the end of his career, but he was begging the Chargers to take him back after playing for the Redskins because Redskins will kill you in their boot camp and getting you ready for the season. They have some, you know, hard workouts that they put those guys through, which is why I'm like, I can't believe y'all so sorry when I know they run y'all into the ground to get y'all ready for the season. Yeah, that is true. Deacon of Defense, aka Ledford. I'm not going to give your name to someone unless you want them to know your name. You know what I mean? I'm giving you that respect. Somebody keeps popping in and out in the clouds, but that's okay. Hopefully they gave it a like anyway. As you guys can see, I had to wrench people up because I don't know when I'm going to be coming on and who's going to be around when I come on. So I have a wrench in every region of the country these days. So no matter when I come on, somebody going to be up. Hey, J-Dog. How are you? Thanks for coming through. I missed you in the earlier live streams. Happy Saturday. I just came to hang out with everybody because I'm going out to a party tonight. I don't go out to parties very often, so I'm going to go have some fun. Well, I mean, it's not like that. It's just that Ledford, they're just very I'm gonna say that they don't baby the players on the Redskins. And I guess they were more, you know, pussyfooting with him when he was on the Chargers before he went to the Redskins, because remember, he was a first-round draft pick for the Chargers. So he got a different kind of treatment there. And then when he went to the Redskins for that season, well, you know, it was just, you know, it was a trade thing. So, you know, he wasn't the star. So I'm assuming that's why he didn't like the treatment, because he didn't get the VIP treatment he had gotten before. I know that, but you know, still, you know, I always leave it up to other people to tell people what they want to be called. Because, like, I don't use my government on YouTube. I use DC. And believe it or not, that's what most people call me off of YouTube. So it's really what everybody calls me. And the only people that know what my real name is if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you know my government name, because that's what my government name is. It's on Facebook. You know, but it's not a big deal. I just use a nickname. Hey, Terriel, how are you? Thank you for coming in. we just hanging out here. I talked a little about the SoCal fires at the beginning, and we have a couple of them here in Southern California. They're still going, but closer to containment. One of them, I'll tell you, one of them is in the Sepulveda Dam area, and that's an area that used to be frequented by homeless. And so we're wondering if it was human started in that area because of the homeless situation in LA County. Yeah, and then I'm talking about the fact that I get to go out and have some adult fun tonight because my son is gone till tomorrow. So I am not a caregiver until tomorrow. So while he's gone, I'm going to go to a pajama party, and they have karaoke, and I'm going to sing, and I'm going to eat some good food. And I'm going to take some pictures, and I'm going to try to do some vlogging to upload to my to YouTube like I did last weekend when I went to homecoming. So I hope it's going to be, I think it'll be fun. My son usually is with me when I go to karaoke, so I'll be able to sing some stuff that I don't normally sing when he's there, because, you know, I'm not singing those kind of songs in front of my son. so I can sing some of my other stuff, like some Kelly Rowland. You know, or some of that LMA stuff. You know, or I don't know, get somebody to get out there and we can do some drunken love. But I think I'm gonna do some Vanity 6 tonight, because it's a pajama party. So I think I'm gonna dress in the kind of pajamas that Vanity will wear, so to speak, but not quite, because I'm not just wearing a bustier in my underwear. Sorry, y'all. I'm not in my 20s no more. I'm not doing that. But I will be tastefully dressed, you know. And I think I put on some thigh-high boots with whatever I got on. Yeah, do a little of what's the song? Nasty. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do some Nasty. That'll be the first thing I do. That'll be my warm-up song. Cause I can do that with no liquid courage. Don't need no liquid courage. And I actually knew her, but I knew her as Denise, you know, and she was really special to me because am I going to be showing up? No, I will be showing, let me think. 1, 2, 3. 3 of my tattoos will be showing. That's it. 3. I keep trying to tell you that the rest of them are hidden. You can't see them. But most of my tattoos, Ledford, have to do with music. To be perfectly honest with you, most of my tattoos have to do with music. I have one tattoo that has to do with my mama, but everything else has to do with me and music. And I'm going to get another tattoo, and that one's going to have to do with autism, and that one's going to be for my son. I just haven't decided where that one's going to go yet. As soon as I decide where it's going to go, it's going to be on me. Yes, I'm sorry. Just 3 of them are places that people. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, 3, because I'm going to have on thigh-high boots. So there's a 4th one that you won't be able to see because it'll be covered up by the boots. Because I have one on my leg, on my ankle. Yep. So only 3 will be in visual. That's what's going to be out there. Really, Terry? Terry, my son will be 24 on Tuesday. On Tuesday, he will be 24 years old. And I've been trying to do a video about falling off the cliff for adults, how that some of them get lost and everything. But I have to get myself to a point where I can do it and not get emotional about it and just kind of do it factual, because it's emotional for me, because I see too many kids that once they are over the age of 18 and they're out of high school, you know, most of them, their parents give control over them to the state, and then they're lost. And I don't like seeing that happen. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Hugs. And Latoya, you know, girl, you know where you are in my heart. You already know. I'm big sis to you, Toya. I'm big sis to you, girl. Wow. But Terry, anytime you want to reach out, you got all my social medias and everything. You can, if you're on Instagram, you can DM me. It is, and to be honest with y'all, like a couple of days ago, I just burst into tears about my son for no reason. Because I felt so overwhelmed. I felt like, even though I know I'm doing everything to make sure he's successful, to make sure that everything is going to be right for him in his life, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm not doing enough. But I keep meeting people that are just starting on the path, and I'm able to give them all this knowledge of what I've gone through, so I know that whatever I'm going through is not in vain, because I'm still able to help other people. Oh, is it early? Is it early November, Latoya? But that's one of the things that why the reasons why I'm on here too, is because even though there is support out there, a lot of people, if they may not be able to get in all of these support groups because they don't have time to go to a support group that's on Monday nights, because they don't have nobody to babysit their kid while they're at that support group, and I've been there, Oh, so he's so Scorpio, like my child. Yeah. Tell you something about them Scorpios. They can be really, really nice. Sorry, Ledford. And they can be really, really mean. They're good as long as you're on their nice side. But Scorpios, man, I'm telling you something. If you're on that other side of them, you don't want to be on that other side of them. You don't want to be on that other side of them. No offense, Ledford, but I'm speaking truth. I'm speaking truth. And, oh, by the way, my goddaughter is going to make us some more trap beats for the lives. I told her that everybody liked this little trap beat. But I said, but you can give us some more stuff. You can give us some more. So she's going to give us some more. She's going to hook us up. Because she don't even realize how nice and relaxing her music is that goes in the background of my videos. It fits so perfect. It's just like on it. I know, it's the truth. You know, y'all can be sweet as pie. My first love was a Scorpio. Rest in peace to him. He died a few years ago, and his brother is married to my best friend. My best friend, my best friend I always talk about, who has 6 kids, is married to my first love's brother, older brother. Yep. Wow. Terry, what are you in a state that has good advocacy and for autism? Yeah, girl. See, it's not just me about y'all Scorpios. It's not just me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me just say, when my son hit puberty, LaToya, that was not a happy time for anybody in the house, because he had nowhere to let out all of that. And then he lives with mom, and mom had to make him understand that when he wanted to do things, he had to do things in the privacy of his own room, and that nobody else wanted to see it. That's what I had to deal with. Okay? I'm just going to say that. But he learned that lesson real quick, because I wasn't having it. Oh man, Terry, that's horrible. See, when I was doing like my research and everything about autism, the sad thing that I found out is that when it comes to getting intervention and just treatment for autism, that the United States is the best place to live in the entire world. The best place in the entire world. And I don't know how that happened, but somehow the US became the authority. Don't do that, Miss LaToya. Don't do that, Miss LaToya. We're not doing that with my son either. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. My son is going to be 24, but he still hasn't gotten to the point where he knows how to talk to a girl yet. Okay? So he's not doing anything yet, but what I do know is that the little girls, who are young ladies, adults, a lot of the girls are very, very verbal. And yeah, he's going to figure it out eventually. So we're trying to teach him about birth control at this particular point, which is very awkward for me as his mother. Imagine that. I'm just telling you. Don't do it. And LaToya, I'm going to tell you that there are places out there, even if you have to go online, that will help you get through that part of the journey, because sexuality is real, even for kids with autism. Yeah, I mean, but Terry, it's so sad, because when I did my research on the continent of Africa, and out of 54 countries on the continent, I could only find some type of real autism services in 5 out of 54 countries. And then some of the beliefs are just crazy in regards to autism on the continent of Africa. There's such a stigma on it. It's just horrible, you know. And in Europe, I mean, you know, they've got some research, but again, they lean towards the United States. Everybody leans towards the United States when it comes to this. Yeah, but Terry, you know what? He may change his mind. Mine loves, he always liked older women, and they liked him. And then when he was like around 16, I had this lady who I won't say who she is because she's on reality TV these days on one of them Love and Hip Hop things. And she approached him and didn't realize that he was not even 18. I mean, she was young at the time, but that's when I was like, oh shoot, they don't see what I see when they see him. So yeah, and now he's almost 24 and he's a nice looking young man. And girls find that endearing that he doesn't talk a lot and that, you know, the autism doesn't bother them. So well, you know, Terry, like in my family, thankfully, I have always had a lot of support because my dad still is at 80 a physician, and his wife now, not my mom, but his wife now is a speech pathologist. She's a doctor in speech pathology. So she worked with autistic kids when you know, many years ago. And then my own mom, when she was here, you know, helped me with with everything. My family has been very supportive. My son happens to not be the only person with autism in my family. I have a cousin with it too. You know, but in my son's father's family, it's different. I never have seen that support. They're not supportive. They're not supportive to him because he and I are not together anymore, you know, but you know, now that my son is an adult, I think they're more, you know, cognitive and everything because he picks up the phone and calls those people and makes them talk to him. I wish mine was talkative. David's not talkative, but he will talk on the phone. He will get on the phone and make people talk to him on a 5-minute conversation. He'll call them to see how they're doing. He calls his grandmother. He calls my dad. You know, he calls his aunts and uncles. Calls his friends. So he gets on the phone and has some kind of conversation. But Toya, be glad your child is talkative. Be so glad that he's talkative, because the more talkative they are, the more other people know what they're capable of, and the more they're not held back. So that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Oh, that's so funny. I'm so sorry. Well, just know that you have sisters in this journey with you, Terry. Just know that. Just know that. You know, because people just don't understand. But what they don't understand is that our kids are so intelligent. They understand everything that's going on. And if you treat them badly, they know that you treat them badly, and they're not going to forget it. They're not going to forget it. But you know what, Terry? That's okay. As yours gets older, it'll get there. It'll get there, because my son is quiet, but he's talking more to people now. He talks more to people now than he did before. And then you have some that don't do a whole lot of talking, and then when they're adults, then they suddenly start talking a lot. You know? That's good. That's good. That's good, Toya. That means he's being protective. And he's going by you. But like my son, if he doesn't like somebody, then I don't like them.
because if he doesn't like them, there must be something I'm not seeing. He's a very good judge of character. You know, and usually with kids on the spectrum, they're very trusting of most people. So if they don't like somebody, then I pay attention. I pay attention. But I'm just glad that my son is an adult, because when I was going through it, I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm glad that I'm able to tell other people that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, you know, and no matter where our kids fall on the spectrum. I am so glad you found us too, Terry. You know, I mean, like, you know, with my channel, with my channel name, people don't really know unless they come on my channel. But what I have found being on YouTube is that there are a lot of people out there that are touched by autism, but they're just not as open about what they're going through as where I am. And I understand that because my son is an adult now. So I don't have to be as protective over the situation any longer. But I give kudos to the parents that are on YouTube that have little ones, because there wasn't any YouTube when my son was little. You know, it didn't exist. I mean, it existed since, you know, around when he was a teenager almost. And I've been on YouTube since 2011, and it took me until this year to come on here and, you know, start opening up about what I was doing and what was going on with my son. Oh, thank you, Terry. Thank you. You know, because for me, I just want to make sure that I'm giving knowledge to whoever wants it, you know. It's no point in me holding on to what I've gone through, because I know somebody else is going to go through it. But you know, you have highs and you have lows on the journey. But you know, the point is to never give up on our kids. We never give up on our kids. So I don't give up on my son, you know, and, you know, sometimes I push him hard, but it's just because I know that I see what he's capable of when he thinks I'm not paying attention, you know, and, you know, I can't live the life for him. Really, Latoya? See, like with my son, I told you, like, back when my son was diagnosed, autism was considered not that common an occurrence. And the doctors, I had a good Caribbean-born doctor, and she saw what was going on. She was a colleague of my dad's. She saw what was going on and told us, you know, right away so that we could get early intervention. But at the time my son was diagnosed, they thought that it was only 1 in 10,000 children that have autism. We know that's not true. That's just because that's how it was being diagnosed. And now we know that it's in the United States, it's 1 in like 50. but my son started losing his language. And Terry, I don't make this as a general statement. I just make this as a statement in regards to my son. I believe that with my son, it was because of the vaccinations being bundled. And that's what I think it was with him. And even though they won't openly admit it in the United States, they did a study and found that the vaccinations made boys of color, black and brown, more susceptible to having autism. Like it could potentially cause it in a higher number of them. And, they just threw that study out there and then did nothing with it. And it comes up every couple of years. It comes back up that happened. So, but like my son did the spinning. That's the stuff that we used to see. He did the spinning. He lost his language. He stopped having eye contact. Those are the things that happened with my son when we got the diagnosis. And the spinning went on for a little while. That stopped. He did the flapping. He doesn't do the flapping anymore, but he did the flapping. And he had a lot of the echolea. Yep. My son did the rocking too, Toya. He did the rocking. He did, and it would make me mad if people say, well, he doesn't look autistic. Really? Well, what does autism look like? You tell me what it looks like. Because, most children with autism, most adults with autism don't look like they have autism until you try to have a conversation with them. Yeah, we did the flapping. We were able to get my son to not flap. He does it like every once in a while, but then now he does the biting. He bites his thumb. And the skin on his hand is so tough from him doing that. He just does it unconsciously. Just starts biting himself to calm himself down. So I don't know. I'd rather have him flap, but I guess since he's an adult, he feels like he shouldn't do that. I don't understand why he doesn't see that the biting is worse. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, most children with autism are attractive. Did you know that? Most children with autism are very attractive, like very handsome or very attractive young, girls or attractive boys. They found that, our kids aren't ugly. They're really attractive kids. Like they're not like average looking kids, most of them. I don't know what that means, but yeah, they did a study about that. They do studies about all kinds of stupid things on autism, except how to cure it, or if there is a cure, or how to help our kids to, even if you can't cure it, if you could tell me what actually caused it. But I don't think they know, because I think it's a bunch of different factors. Some of them are environmental. I think some of it has to do with the way we eat now, versus in, times past. I think so much has, riding a bike. My son still is still trying to learn how to ride a bike. I had to get special order adult training wheels so he can learn how to ride a bike. Yeah. And he doesn't know how to swim yet. So I have to he has to learn how to swim too. Yeah. You know, so, and it has to do with the gross motor skills, you know, which is, you know, that's why I'm like, well, how are some people with autism are able to drive, but then other ones can't even ride a bike. You know, but I'm not going to give up. My son is going to know how to ride a bike. I tried teaching him how to skate because I'm a really good skater, but he's not feeling the skates. So we're going to leave the skates alone. Really, Miss Toya, have you tried? Well, I guess because they don't even, do they make the old-fashioned kind? Do they make the old-fashioned kinds of training pants for older kids, I wonder? Because, Toya, that's how my son got trained. And I trained him when he was 2, but I did it the old-fashioned way with the thick, ugly cloth pants. And he didn't like having a mess on him. So he learned real quickly how to do number 1. We didn't have any trouble with number 2. Number 2 was a quick one, but that got him on number 1. So I would try that. And then also, Toya, go look on the Center of Autism Research and Development's website, and look on their website and see what they have, what tips they have for helping with training. Because I know they have tips on there. Because a lot of our kids don't train. They just don't. They can do everything else, but it's just hard for them on that. And I think it has to do with their brain not signaling them fast enough that they have to go. But try that, seriously, and look at, because on their website they'll have some things that are adaptive behavior, things that'll help him with that, because that's a living skill you want to really, really help him with. If I was there, I could help you in person, but since I'm not, I can tell you a resource. Because that'll be a good resource. Because I go on their website, they have another thing that's called Skills Living, and I go into Skills Living because Skills Living is helping me with things to help my son to be able to do things as an adult. You know, the gaps that they didn't bother to teach in school when they were supposed to be teaching him. But that's another story for another day. That's the thing, because he's embarrassed. He may be embarrassed. You know what I mean? But we just have to get him past that. You know, especially if he's in a general ed class. Because yeah, so that's why I was directing you to look on at it's CARD. CARD is the acronym for Center for Autism Research and Development. But on their website they have like tips for like everything. And that'll help you with that, so he can be successful in that skill. Because if he's doing that now on his own a little bit, then you want to keep encouraging him in it. So you're teaching him. So he's learning at home, Toya. Okay, so then yeah. So then what you need to do is, maybe what you can do is have a picture, you know, on one of those with the sticky back, you know, that you post on the wall, like in the room where you guys are learning, and that when he needs it, he can go and pick that picture up, and that tells you that tells everyone he has to go to the bathroom without him having to say anything. That's just a thought. That's just a thought. You know what I mean? You know, it's kind of a quasi picture exchange, but just using it for that one activity. Yeah, just using it for that one activity. And then that way he'll use that, and eventually he'll say that he has to go to the bathroom. But like with my son, he didn't even ask. He just went, because I guess he felt like he didn't have to ask me, and he wasn't going to give me a picture to tell me. He just went when he was at home. But he learned to be able to ask when he was at school, because he was in a classroom. But if you do that, that'll help you to get him to start doing it on his own. And it'll make him feel like a big boy. You know, it'll make him feel like a big boy. Because if you think this is bothering you, it's bothering your son more. And he's trying to figure out how to not wear those pull-ups. Trust me on that. So try that idea and see if that works. To get him to do it with the prompting, you know, put it up there, let him know this is here. Whenever you need to go to the restroom, just go pull this off of here and take it with you. When you go to the restroom, bring it back and put it back up on the wall when you come back. Kind of like a hall pass. So it's something that might work. It worked with my son. That's what they did with them in school. So yep, exactly, Terry, exactly. And it makes him feel more responsible for everything. You know, because he's old enough to understand that. So that's why I suggested that. Glad you brought that up, Toya. See? I pulled something out of my memory. I told you, Toya, I am here anytime. You know that. You know that. So, you know that. So we're going to go like another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to jump off because I'm going to jump in the shower, beat my face, and go over to this thing. But I'm glad I got on here, you know, because I just wanted to get on and just kind of talk and see who was out there, and just see where we could take a conversation and see the right people here. I thought I did. I thought it was under that. I changed it to my default. I will do that, Leopard, because I had changed it to that. It must have changed my default. It must have changed it because I went in there and changed it from entertainment to people and blogs. Yeah. Yeah, Terry, you have to go through all 12 years again with your kid. I had to do everything with my son. And I'm still doing stuff with him because they didn't teach him half the stuff that they needed to teach him. So I'm teaching it to him now. Thanks, Leffer, because that's what I have it set on. I'm gonna have to go back into the YouTube studio then, because I changed it in the YouTube studio to default to people and blogs. So I'm gonna go back and change it again. Yeah, because I'm trying to get where I'm trying to get to. And I want to draw in the right kind of crowd. You have a 19-year-old? Wow, Miss Toya. They're old enough to vote. Oh, yeah. Well, see, they doing that new math and stuff now, Terry. At least they are here in the U.S. And I don't know what they're doing. Because, I'm sorry, my major in college, I majored in mathematics. And we weren't doing new math. And I understand the process of them doing it, you know, with trying to help people to understand where they're supposed to add numbers with the parentheses and everything. But by them changing the way that they do it from the way that they did it before, it's confusing to a lot of people who learned how to do mathematics under the old system. Oh, new math, Lefford. If you ever look around Facebook, people always put mathematic problems up on Facebook doing the new math, and 9 times out of 10, people think that they know how to add, subtract, and multiply when you have parentheses and fractions in the equation, but they don't. And the new math has a quirky way of getting them to do it the right way, and people who learned math before the year 2000 have a hard problem with it because it totally rewrites the way that they learned math. Google it, because it would be a long lesson for you, Lefford, on the new math. I don't like it, and my degree's in math. Let me just say that I don't like it because it's confusing. Look it up. Look it up. You'll see. You will see. Yeah, because educators fight about it. As a matter of fact, educators fight about this new way of doing math, and it's really how they do math in 1 through 12. It's not, as far as I know, it's not translating over to what you do when you get to college math. See, so I don't know. Hey, Natural Curls, how are you? We've been on for a while. We're probably going to be on for like another 10 minutes. Happy Saturday night. Lefford, I wrote that down so I don't forget it, because I'm going to go on YouTube Studios later tonight. I am great. I am getting ready to go to a pajama party tonight where they're going to be playing 70s and 80s music. No, I'm not. Because I thought it was already changed over. That explains a lot. You telling me that explains a lot. That tells me why it's harder for people to find me. Because I had changed it for just that reason. Yeah, but kudos to you, Toya, on homeschooling. My best friend, who has 6 kids, she homeschooled her kids up to high school, and every single one of her kids, when they went to high school, was ahead. Her last child was valedictorian of his class in high school after being homeschooled up until high school. Then he went to high school and he ended up being the valedictorian of that class, thanks to the homeschooling he had. I have another friend here in California that's homeschooling her son too. And I know, like, I don't know about where you are, but I know here they have a really good homeschooling association and support system. And my best friend did it in Maryland, and they had a really good one there in Maryland because she was able to still pay the activity fees, and her kids were able to participate in the sports or whatever at their school, even though they were being homeschooled. Yeah. So Virginia, I don't know how it is in Virginia. I know in Maryland has a good homeschooling association. But as long as you have the support and can do the online, and I always suggest to people who are doing homeschooling that you should probably have a year-round curriculum. You know, because and especially with our kid on the spectrum, because it helps them to retain the stuff. Like when my son was in school, even though he was in, a regular school, he basically went to school all year except for 4 weeks. Like he went all summer long and he was off for like a month, but that was it. He was in school most of the time, but he loved school too. But a year-round curriculum works better for our kids. I can tell you that. It works better for them. And especially if you have a kid that likes to do stuff outside, you can do like science projects outside, gardening and everything, and that can fall under their science stuff. I'm saying all of that, they can have such a diverse curriculum and still meet the state requirements. Yep. That's good. It's good if he likes school. Toya is so good. It's so good. And you just have to keep it a good experience for them. Oh yeah, you have my permission to do so. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Lefford. You never know, Terry. Don't underestimate yourself. Because believe it or not, as far as I know, if you're homeschooling your child, you don't necessarily have to have a college degree. You just have to have graduated from high school. And you get help following curriculums if you're trying to do the homeschooling. I don't know how it is in Canada, but I know in the United States, they have a lot of supports for doing the homeschooling. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lefford. Yeah, I mod for a couple of growth streams, but only a couple, you know. I'm trying. So that has nothing, but Terry, I would still look into it. Even if you don't want to do fully homeschooling, maybe you can do some of it. Because even if your kid is not being homeschooled, you will find that you're going to have to do some of the educating yourself. That's what I found. Yeah, but you can get a math tutor if that's not a strong subject for you. You can get a math tutor. I can't remember what's the name of that place that does all the math stuff. I'm not if they have them in yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can get tutors. And then with online, if they have an online program, then they have a teacher. The teacher's just on the computer. Yeah, but with the online school, they're up, and I know that's like a lucrative thing for teachers because they're always looking for teachers to work for the online schools. Yep, they do. They offer tutoring. Lefford, thank you. I know you went up in the chat, but thank you. Really? That's so sad. Yeah. And let's see, they have like the online school here is considered non-public, but it falls under public school jurisdiction. And the teachers still have to be license and stuff. And that's what I'm saying, Toya. They have like online clubs, and then they have clubs. Even when them in online school, they have clubs that they can meet in person too. But our kids are so techie now that a lot of them are more comfortable with where they don't have to be in the same room with people. Oh yeah, I know. But I'm in the chat too. So one of the people that's in the chat is me, because I'm in the chat on my phone. But I think there's at least one person in the clouds. And that's okay. Just smash that like button. Don't forget to smash that like. That's good though. Toya, that's good if they have a lot of field trips, because that helps them with social interaction. Yeah, I know. It's all right. They can cloud view. I still get the view. I still get the view. I still have their time. I obviously still have their attention. I'm good. You're funny, Toya. Thank you, Terry. That's why I call my chat not so random chat, because it doesn't matter what we're talking about. Nothing is random, because we're not random thinkers. I don't consider myself a random thinker. So, and it's funny because somehow autism always comes into the chat, you know, in my stuff, you know, even if it's just me educating people about something that might have happened with my son, you know what I mean? So, but it's part of who I am. So, and I am proud of my child and proud of everything that he can do. Yeah, the only thing I don't know how to do, I don't know how to do panel. I haven't figured out, I don't know how to do that part. So, but yeah, I figured out how to get on StreamYard. I don't know how people do the panel, that part. I don't know how to do that yet. But I figure I'm gonna have to learn how to do that, and then I could probably do like a panel live stream and talk about some stuff and get some people to come up and talk. But I haven't figured that part out yet. But I'm just gonna keep putting it out there, because what I find out is even if people aren't in my chat, people come through later on if they were somewhere else or they were out, so I'm good, and then I leave comments such to the point that I know that they actually had to actually listen to what I was saying in the live stream. You haven't figured out much yet, Terry? Well, I figured out how to get up here. I figured out that I don't have to say I'm doing the live stream in YouTube when I do it here. And now I guess they give you the option of being able to do multiple platforms at the same time. Okay, well, yeah, send me the link to that on how to do that one. Because I don't know how to do the panels. That's why I haven't tried to do one. But, you know, I've seen a lot of interesting panels over the last few days. I'll just say that. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the YouTube streets. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've listened to a lot of videos. I've been in a couple of lives with panels and everything, and it's just a lot of, I don't know, hypocrisy going on, you know, with people of color for whatever reason. Just crazy. You know, I'm sitting in my little corner. Oh, yes. Oh man, you know, let me just say about Storm Show, Toya. Let me just say that if it is true that I am very, very, very disappointed in Candace, who calls herself a Christian, if that is true. If it's not true, then somebody owes her an apology for throwing her under the bus with that fool 29 days. You know, because I don't have nothing to say about somebody who has nothing good to say about women of color. So he don't get to be mentioned. 29 days is all he'll ever be to me. But yeah, that was crazy too. You know, people just doing nasty things to other people on YouTube when there is so much more important in the world than somebody else on YouTube that you mad at because they have a bigger platform than you. What's wrong with these people? Stupidity is what it is, you know? Yeah. It's somebody that Tasha K is mentoring, Lefford, and it's some other dude that's mad that she won't mentor him, so he is having her name drug in the streets, putting all kinds of false information out there, trying to dox her. Just just getting stupid with it. You know, and I mean, that's not the only situation. There's other ones where, YouTubers are spending their time on other YouTubers instead of whatever they're supposed to actually be on YouTube for. I don't know. Because I thought most of us got on YouTube because we had something to say, about something that's not on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy with that, to think that that's what we should be doing. But, but apparently, those people who just come on to tear other people down have nothing positive to say. So, and I like being in a positive space with nothing but positivity and giving knowledge, not nonsense. Yeah, I mean, it just makes us look bad. That's all. And they don't seem to care. So it is very strong around here. The same hate on, haters hate on. I'm gonna keep in my positive lane, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and be like, it's above me. It's above me. So it's above me. I just figure if we have more people putting out stuff that's positive, that we will outshine the negativity. That's what I think. So that's where I'm gonna stay. You know, that's where I am. All I want to do is get some knowledge and bring something positive, some hope to the situation. To people to know that if they're being touched by what I'm being touched by, that it's not just them. So nope, no time for hate. It's all about love over here. So it's all about love. If you want to be about love and positivity and about just growing in who you are and what you have to offer, come on over here. But if all you talking about backstabbing and hating and who's a B and who's a hoe, no, we don't need that. We don't need none of that. We got enough people that hate on us from the outside that we shouldn't be sitting here hating on ourselves. That's just crazy to me. That's why I don't understand it. Y'all hating on yourself. You're being exactly what they say you are. Why? So, but maybe I'm grown, so maybe that's why. But I know some of the people who are spreading hateration around are in my age range, and they should know better. That's all I'll say about it. And if you think I'm talking about you, then maybe I am. If you're listening to this on the replay, I'm a positive person. I don't have time to be hating. What I want to hate on people who have the same history as me. Whether their ship came here or their ship went to South America or their ship went to the Caribbean. Who cares? We were all taken from some place that we would have been if that had not happened. So, and yeah, I just don't understand it. But like I said, I'm a different type of person. And I know there's many people out there who feel the same way as I do. And we just are on the sidelines watching the foolery. Shaking our heads saying, why? Exactly. Everybody gets judged upon how. I don't go by what other people say about somebody. I go by what I see for myself. In the case of the Tasha K situation, that was just stupid. I'm like, y'all just jealous because of someone doing well on here. Okay, if you don't like what she's talking about, don't watch her channel. But why y'all trying to kill her hustle? There's plenty of room for everybody out here to say whatever they want to say. So That's what I don't get. Exactly. That's right, Toya. I'm about educating on autism and other stuff. I don't have nothing negative going on over here at all. Okay, let's see. Where am I? And I'm looking at what time it is for real, for real. Oh, look who dropped into the chat. What's up? What time is it in the UK? What time is it in the UK? Yeah, it's almost All Hallows Eve. It is. What day is that? That's on Thursday? It's almost the weekend, yep. Because the first is on Friday. The first is on Friday. How's writing going, Steph? Wow, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you then. I'm getting ready to go out in a little bit on a Saturday night because my son is gone, Steph. I'm going to a pajama party. And I'm going to sing some too. So. Oh, you did? Oh, you're watching The Damned. I like that one. I wrote earlier today too. I was writing a little bit. I was writing on chapter 10, which is supposedly the last chapter of my book. So I'm writing on the last chapter of my book. You know, so I took it all. I take it all the way up until, you know, my son is like out of school, but not out of school, but it's past his graduation, past when he turned 18. And then everything else, just as, you know, the stuff that I talk about on here, because it's like I could never put everything in the book, but the book will give people an idea of my experience raising him and the things that I went through, you know. And I talk about, you know, dealing with death because my mom died when he was younger, and I talk about meltdowns and all that stuff that's not so fun, but I talk about it. What did I write today? I was writing in my last chapter, the last chapter in my book. And I was actually writing about when my son was getting out of school and the choices that he had versus the choices that other kids had. So that's the part that I'm talking about now, because with someone on the autism spectrum, some of them graduate and go on to college, but that's not my son's experience. So I'm talking about what his experience was going to be. So that's what I was writing about today. Michael! Hello, new friend. Yes, and I'm going to be visiting your channel, but YouTube was blocking me earlier from actually putting a like on your page because I had been on too many people's pages. So you'll see something from me later on tonight, Michael. Congratulations on making that number. Really, Terry, you should. Because the reason I did it is because I felt like, well, number one, I didn't see, there's not a whole lot of books out there written by parents, number one. And then number two, I didn't see any other parents that look like me. So I did. I mean, like Holly Robinson Peete wrote a book with her daughter, but it was a children's book. It wasn't about their experience with that. Tisha Campbell Martin has never written anything about it, as far as I know. And Toni Braxton has done more like the advocacy for Autism Speaks, you know. And I wanted to just put something out there from a parent of color. What time is it in Australia, Michael? It must be a crazy time. Like with my friend Steph. It's 2 p.m. Wow, you guys are way ahead of us. Because I'm in California, and then my friend Steph is in across the pond, and it's 3 a.m. there. So you're even way ahead of them. Wow. I've never been to Australia. I want to go one day. I've been to the UK though. I've been to London. That's all. I want to go other places. I'd like to go to Scotland. I'd like to go to Ireland. Yes, you are in the future, Michael. You are in the future. I actually have been watching a program that is in Australia on Netflix. It's I know it's an old show. It's called Glitched. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because it's like about people coming back from the dead, but it being like cell regeneration or something like that. Yep, Mike is a time traveler. Because it's already tomorrow afternoon where he is. It's already tomorrow afternoon where he is. That's funny. Well, I'm looking at, I was like, I was only going to be on for like an hour and a half, but since I'm almost at 2 hours, y'all know that means I have to stay on for at least 2 hours. I have to. So that means I have to stay on for at least 20 more minutes. I do. I have to. Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox. I love those movies too. I love those movies. That's so cool. I was like, yeah, that's definitely, that's the 80s. Yeah, that's definitely the 80s. And the party that I'm going to tonight, that's all they're going to be playing is 80s and 90s. No, 80s, 70s and 80s music. So it's going to be interesting. Because since they're only going to be doing 70s and 80s music, that means that people are only going to be doing 70s and 80s music for the karaoke. That's why I'm doing Vanity 6. But I'm like, I know like I'm just trying to think, since they're only going to be doing 70s and 80s group music, I guarantee somebody's going to do Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. Because everybody knows that song. Everybody around the world knows that daggone song. See, Michael, we're in the same age range. We remember them. I was young in the 80s. I was young, you know? And that was the beginning of hip hop and the end of disco. Yep, hip hop was coming in and disco was going out. Yep, Rapper's Delight. Everybody knows that song. Everybody knows that one. It's so funny. And here's something that I don't tell a lot of people. So Wonder Mike lived down in the Washington D.C. area where I'm from, and I used to always see him at this club that I used to go to, where I was barely old enough to get in, and he would always be at this club, hanging out at this club that we used to go to in D.C. So I would see him all the time because he wasn't from New York; he was from the D.C. area. Well, you would say the 90s were better. Well, the 90s, see, by the 90s, that's when I was having a baby. I was having a baby in the 90s, so I was becoming a parent. So I had to become more responsible in the 90s. I was carefree in the 80s, you know. I was carefree in the 80s. Things were a lot different in the 80s. There was a lot of freedoms that we had in the 80s that by the 90s were gone, bye, forever, ever, never to come back. Yep. Yeah, I think on Netflix, I think they have like a documentary on the Sugar Hill Gang on Netflix. You know, with Wonder Mike and Master G. Oh yeah, Tribe and De La Soul. Oh yeah, Bonita Applebum. I love that song. And De La Soul. It's just me, myself, and I. Yep. That was my era. And then my one of our good friends that grew up with us, her cousin was G Wiz and Heavy D and the Boys. And so I knew Heavy, and I knew all of them. Because now Heavy's gone and T-Roy is gone. Troy, both of them are gone. The rock from the 70s I like. Let's see. In the 70s, like I like the R&B from the 70s, and I like the rock from the 70s, and like from the early 80s. Like, because like Men at Work was from the early 80s. Duran Duran is from the early 80s. That's when they used to have the show called Friday Night Videos, before there was any MTV. In the United States, we used to watch this show called Friday Night Videos. So we could watch videos on Friday night before there was, that was before there was any MTV, any YouTube, or any of that stuff. And we would watch like Men at Work and Duran Duran and Madonna, Yeah, because rhythm and blues has changed drastically from what it originally was. Rhythm and blues was more bluesy than it is now. R&B now is more hip hoppy than it was back then. The R&B today is more a mixture with hip hop. It's not the same as like the Temptations or a James Brown or the Dells or the Delphonics, none of that. No. Not the same thing. I know men at work are Aussies. Oh yeah, Soul Train was back then. Yeah, we have Soul Train, so you can see the R&B and stuff on there. And one of my friends was on there. I don't know if you guys remember the group The Silvers. Edmund Silvers, rest in peace, was a friend of mine. But yeah, you got to see a lot of the R&B on Soul Train. That was just crazy when Don Cornelius committed suicide. That was just so crazy when he did that. Because, you know, he lived out here in California when that happened. And that was just really crazy when that happened. I remember Video Music Box. I grew up on the East Coast, Toya, so I got to see Friday Night Videos and Video Music Box. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I would say anyone who did real true R&B, they not here no more. So, I mean, Smokey Robinson is still here, but, you know, he wants to collab with these younger folks, teach them something. Oh, yeah, Joe. Case too. Case and Joe. Both of them had some good stuff. Both of them had some good stuff. Yeah, that was, yeah, 90s had some good R&B. Stevie's still around, but Stevie's not doing any new music. Yep. Smokey's still trying to do music too. Stevie's not really doing any music. Did you, Michael? What part of the East Coast did you live in? Because I'm from Washington, D.C. We have American Soul now, Toya. You know, you can watch like old floating around YouTube. They have all the old episodes of Soul Train floating around on YouTube. And all those old shows and American Bandstand. You can find all the episodes out on YouTube. Yeah. Stevie owns the local radio station here where I am. He owns a radio station here called KJLH. Kindness, Joy, Love, and Happiness. That's what it stands for. Yeah, that young man, the one America's Got Talent, Cody Lee, the one who was blind and autistic, he reminds me of Stevie. And Stevie's like one of his idols, but he reminds me of Stevie in how when he gets on the keyboard and starts playing the piano and everything, it's like you can just feel it all coming from, I mean, it's just his voice. It's like, I can't explain it. Yep, Cody Lee. Cody Lee. That boy is so talented. He's 23 years old. He's from the Southern California area. Hey, Terry. How are you? Thank you for coming through. We're going to be on for like another 10 minutes because I'm actually going out tonight, Terry. I'm going to a party. My son is not here, so I get to go out. But I'm glad you came through, Terry. Told you I was going to. I told you I was going to, Terry. Yeah, I hope it's gonna. I think it's gonna be funny. Fun stuff. It's a pajama party, so I'm gonna wear some lingerie-like pajamas with some thigh-high boots, and they're gonna be playing 70s and 80s music, and they're gonna have karaoke. So I'm gonna do some Vanity 6. Yeah. Well, once I figured out how to do it, I just did it right away on you guys, so I wouldn't have to worry about it if any trolls come through ever. So I I did it for people in different time zones, so I can keep myself surrounded. Really? Okay, I'm gonna look at it with the purple. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it, natural curls. I'm gonna have fun stuff, so you know. I said earlier in the stream, I actually knew Vanity, but I knew her when she went back to being Denise. And, you know, and she was a minister by the time I met her. And she prayed over my son. And my son just like gravitated to her. So she has like a special place in my heart, you know, because she went through a whole lot during her lifetime, you know, and was gone too young. You know, but the funny thing, I'll just say this about women that were involved with his royal badness. Almost every one of them ran to Jesus. Almost every one of them ran to Jesus. So I'm like, I don't know what it was about him, but he ran those women to religion. So, you know, because Sheila E. is a member of my church. And I don't go to a denominational church. I go to a relationship with the higher one's church. So, but yeah, Prince was always looking. That man was always searching for God. After that child died, he was never the same person. That changed him completely, losing a child. Changed who he was. Gee, they kept that under wraps, Stephanie. They kept that one under wraps. Prince was definitely searching for something. He was. He really, really was. You know, and he became a Jehovah's Witness because of Larry Graham. Because Larry Graham is a Jehovah's Witness, and Larry Graham was Prince's idol. So, yeah, that's why he became a Jehovah's Witness. You know? And remember, Michael was one too. Just interesting about that. Yeah, Prince was with that girl that was on The Voice, Judith Hill, and Judith Hill also is the same girl that was going to sing with Michael on his last tour and was rehearsing to sing with him here in LA when Michael passed. Same girl, Judith Hill. She was working with Prince at the time of his death. Same girl. She's Black and Asian. She grew up in Pasadena. Her father's Black, her mother's Asian. Yep. Yep. And he liked to take young ladies who were very musically gifted under his wing. You know, not all of them was he in a relationship with, you know, but he liked to mentor them. That was one of the things he liked to do. You know. Prince was phenomenal. I mean, the dude could play 10 instruments. You know? And although he did not start off being business savvy, he was the first one to beat the music industry at their own game. You know? Legally changed his name. So he could keep making money until his contract obligation was up. And then when they gave him all his music, then he went to court and changed his name back to his own name. I was a Prince fan from the very first one, from his very first album with Soft and Wet on it. I think it's called For You. Yeah. But like when Prince first came out, he was really buff because he had played basketball and everything. And then he slimmed down some, but he was much more muscular when he first came out. But when he was older, after doing all them splits and crazy things with his body, you know, that's what had him on them painkillers that he was hiding from everybody. Nobody knew he was on all them painkillers. You know, we thought he was going to be around until he was 80. We all thought he was going to be the one to live to be 80. Really? Yeah, when he was not. Yeah. I went to two of his $25 concerts in LA. He had a bunch of $25 concerts here in LA. I went to 2 of them for $25. And he played everything. And both of the shows, he played different music in the 2 shows. It was great because he wasn't playing the same thing every show. It was just, you know, and you have to wonder, when he was doing all of that stuff and everything, did he know that he might not be around? Yeah, he was amazing, you know, and, you know, I know people thought of him as being reminiscent of Jimi Hendrix, you know, and no disrespect to Jimi Hendrix, but Prince was more than a guitar player. That's not the only thing he played. He was a musician. He was a musician's musician. He played everything. Yeah, Toya, that was when he was doing the thing. Everybody, I guess he was doing to save his house or whatever. He did all those little $25 concerts. People were snapping up though. I mean, he did at least 10 shows in LA. It was crazy. It was crazy. Anybody who missed that, no excuse. Here in LA, I mean, because he did too many shows. He gave people too many chances to see him. Yeah, they both were incredible. It's like, but, you know, as far as guitarist, okay, I give it to Hendrix. But overall musician, I give it to Prince, because Prince could play so many other things, but he was bad on the guitar. Bad. Oh, man. Before anybody knew anything else about Prince, they knew he could play that guitar. You know? Before they knew anything else about him, they knew he could play the guitar. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I always loved Prince. I mean, I loved Michael, but when Prince died, it hit me harder. I don't know why it hit me harder, because they were both like in the same age range. And, you know, but it just hit me harder with Prince, I think, because none of us, if there was no writing on the wall for us with him. With Michael, we just, you know, we were just thankful that we got what we got. I think we were robbed with him as well. But with Prince, man, when the thing happened like a month before, I was just like, dude, don't, nope, Prince, don't do this to us. And then when it happened, I was done. I was really, 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 really sad, because, you know, on certain things, I become a conspiracy theorist and stuff. And, you know, the circumstances of his death don't sit right with me. Still, neither one of their deaths sits right with me. You know what I'm saying? Natural causes I can handle. I can't handle these kind of situations. You know, it's just, yeah. Like I said, I become a conspiracy theorist at this point, you know. But, you know. Yep, we were robbed. And don't let me start on my boy Tupac. That was another true rob. That man, I don't care what anybody says, he was a prophet for his generation. He really was, because he was spitting something real, and people just was not hearing what he was saying. Yeah, that's that's what I think too. Natural curls. That's what I'm saying. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, you know. With that, I'm a conspiracy theorist with the Tupac, with the Biggie, all that stuff. With Left Eye, with Aaliyah. I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? All of these, none of them happened. They were all unnatural deaths, if you know what I mean. They were all unnatural deaths. Yeah, Tupac was given same thing. Yep. Yeah. Well, we know that John Lennon was assassinated. You know. I don't care what that dude says. He did that because he was trying to impress Jodie Foster. Who believes that? Who believes that? Who really believes that? Do any of us believe that? Do any of us believe that that was because of Jodie Foster? Or do we believe that that's just what they want us to believe? I'll let that one marinate. You know? Because, you know, John Lennon was minding his business as far as we know. But somebody wasn't happy about some things he was doing, you know? And yep. So I just leave it at that. But it's like, you know, anyone who died a natural death, okay, we can accept all of those. Even if they died young and it was, you know, and it was because, like with Tammy Terrell, I may not like what happened with her, but she had a tumor on her brain. You know what I'm saying? But these things, yeah, something's going on, Terry. You know, and I guess right now everybody who's out there is following whatever the rule is that they need to be following and not stepping out of line too much. All right, told y'all the music industry is corrupt. And there's a reason why people who can sing like me are not in the music industry. You know, some of us saw things, you know, and, you know, I mean, if you're not willing to do certain things, then you're not going to go certain places. And that's fine, because I'm alive. I'm here, you know. Whitney Houston and I would be the same age. You know what I'm saying? All that girl wanted to do was sing. And that was taken from her. And then her life was taken from her. Yep. Yeah, Tammy Terrell. You know, but I mean, you know what the drugs and the the other stuff that's always been involved in the industry, and you know, and that's a way to get their minds imprisoned, so that you're not thinking straight, so that you might, you know, compromise yourself or put yourself in a compromising situation. And now, in the days of social media and all that kind of stuff, you know, let's just say folks got pictures of certain things from certain places. I mean, yep. Yep. But I'm sorry, somebody took her out. Somebody took her out. And her child. Now, who are they trying to send a message to? You know what I mean? Because everybody around them, shut up. And what was in that note that Whitney gave to Brandy before she died? That could be Terry. That could be, you know, part of what caused what happened with Tammy. But she was also with David Ruffin. And he was not nice to her either. You know? I know. And Brandy's not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. She's not going to say anything. But I'll just say this to y'all in regards to that, because I'm about to get off of here in a minute. When I was doing music and stuff, and I was in the industry doing stuff and doing a lot of session work and coming up and trying to put my stuff together to get out there, the person who I was working with is the same person who brought Brandy out. And I'm not talking about Clyde. This is the people that got her to the right people, put her in front of the right people. That's who I was working with. And yes, and maybe me having my son is probably what protected me, because once I had a kid, I had more to think about and more to lose, and so it was certain things that I just wasn't going to put myself in a position with. So, hey Dave, hey Relax, y'all are all coming in at the end. I was just giving some Did it work? Did you get a notification from me, Dave? Did it work? Because whenever I do this, didn't I leave a comment, Relax? I told you I love it. Marvin Gaye was my hometown hero, because he was from Washington, D.C. He was not from Detroit, Michigan, like people like to think he was, because he was on Motown. He was from Washington, D.C. And Marvin Gaye. And when what happened to him happened, I have a cousin that lived around the corner from his parents in that part of Los Angeles. And the whole neighborhood heard the gunshot. The whole neighborhood heard the gunshot. And people could hear them arguing on the street. Yeah. And I think that happened on his birthday or the day after his birthday. And I believe his birthday, I think his birthday is April 1st. So people thought it was an April Fool's joke. Yeah, people thought it was an April Fool's joke when they got on the radio and said that he was dead. And that his father had shot him. Thought it was an April Fool's joke. Yeah, his father. They had an altercation, but Marvin was the aggressor. Yep, Marvin was the aggressor. I thought I left comments on a couple of your videos. Relax. I'm gonna have to go back. Now my comments aren't coming up on people's stuff. I know I had to go back and resubscribe to some people, Dave, because I was subscribed to them. And when I went back, I wasn't subscribed to them and I had to resubscribe. So people, please watch your subscriptions, because sometimes your subscriptions go away, even if you've gone to the person's channel and you're a true doing a subscribing and doing everything the right way. That happens sometimes. Yeah. A lot of musicians, Dave. I mean, young in retrospect to what you would think they would die. Like Tupac died young, Jimi Hendrix died young, Amy Winehouse died young, Left Eye from TLC died young, Aaliyah died young, Biggie, all of them. None of them reached the age of 40. I mean, but still, to me, Michael and Prince died young, even though they weren't that young per se. They weren't that old either. Yep, and Cobain. And he took himself out, mental health. Frankie Lyman. Booze and stuff. Robert Johnson. Oh, let's not go into Robert Johnson again, Steph. Robert Johnson, the man who sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads. So the story says. That's what they say about him. To me, Prince was too young. Michael was too young. But Michael was barely 50. Prince didn't make it to 60. Yeah. Steph, did you find that that video I told you was on YouTube about him? Did you find it? I can't remember the name of it, but there's a full documentary on YouTube. It's out on YouTube. Robert Johnson is the original king of the blues. Before there was a Muddy. Before Muddy, he's better than Muddy and better than BB. He died very, very young. Yeah, go. But Terry, seriously, check him out. Check him out. there's not a lot out there about him. But there's also like the documentary's out on YouTube somewhere. He was bad, Terry. He was bad. I mean, seriously. What he could do, and I want to say, was he on the 5-string? I can't even remember. But yeah, look him up, Terry. Yeah. Many artists were heavily influenced by this man that not too many people know about. Not too many people know about him because he wasn't given credit until recently, you know. That's what they say, Steph. They said that he sold his soul to the devil to be the greatest. I know. The only thing I've seen is that movie documentary that you can find on YouTube, and I think you can find it on Netflix too. And I stumbled upon it like a few years ago, and I'm like, how come I don't know about this man? Yeah, I've seen that movie, Dave. Is that supposed to be based on it? Oh, it is. I'm gonna have to look at it again with new eyes then. I'm gonna have to look at it with new eyes, because when I watched it, I saw that before I knew about Robert Johnson, so I wouldn't have tied the two together. I'm gonna have to look at it again. Okay, people, we are 2 minutes from landing at the end of our live for today, but I will be back on. I'll be back on, but it won't be until it is Sunday for all of us. I can promise you that. Hopefully it won't be Monday for you before I come back on, Michael. Hopefully it won't be Monday. I'll try to come on in the afternoon here, so it'll at least be nighttime for you. I just love hearing guitar playing. Dave, hint, hint. Like when I did my first live, Dave, I had a loop of me playing an acoustic guitar. That's all they played during the whole live. It was so soothing to everybody. But I'm just telling you, use your gift, dude. That's what I'm going to say. Use your gift. Everyone in the chat, my friend Dave Durango is a very, very good guitarist. And he does live streams also. And he plays his guitar sometimes in his live streams. You should go through. Check him out. You're welcome, Dave. Oh, Terry, I'm waiting for more content. You know I am, brother. I am gonna have some fun tonight. I am. I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna try to do some vlogging so that I can have a weekend vlog like I did last weekend. And then I got to do another thing this weekend because I want to do another video. I think I'm ready to do it. So I think I'll try to do that one this weekend too on a specific autism thing. Paige Clapton Keith. Oh, okay. Yep. I have found quite a few. I found a few of you good guitarists out here on YouTube that just get on there and just, y'all just don't know that just getting on there and playing that guitar, that's very peaceful for a lot of people. You know, it's just a good vibe. It's just a really good vibe. Oh yeah, Keith Richards. Yeah, Keith Richards. That's another one. I don't know. Is he still alive? I know. I know it should be. I believe you, Dave. I believe you. That's what's I mean, that's what I think he's still alive, but you know, you don't want to misspeak. You don't want to misspeak. Yeah, but Keith Richards had a rough life too. You know, isn't that crazy? But he's still here and alive and kicking. Oh, I love Mick Jagger. I love Mick Jagger. I love the Stones though. So, you know. Oh yeah. Somebody was talking about Slash earlier today. He's really good. I was actually surprised to hear another guitarist giving him such high praise because he is really, really good. You know, and now that he's no longer with Guns N' Roses, people can see that brilliance. Ah, okay, Steph. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get off of here because I got to go jump in the shower and put on my PJs for this party and beat my face so I have some makeup on so I can look cute. And put on my thigh-high boots so I can be in my vanity state. So I will see you guys tomorrow, mañana, and today for you, Michael, because it will still be today for you. But for everybody else, except for you and Steph, I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, everybody. Talk to y'all soon. Peace, everybody. Bye.